FU stands for fair use, but it doesn't matter because what I say is so real, they usually snatch and grab it anyway.
I want you to know that most of my music is original. I would say 98% of the music, including the remixes, are original. So if you have to use anything, don't worry about a copyright strike because I don't really use other people's stuff. This is my photo of Malia, and she started covering up 3 years ago, all right? And one tattoo says Devil's Playground, and the other one says Idle Wild. You see what I'm saying? And the part that says Latanya is fake. So I want you to know that people can fake pictures. So the FBI logo and the word Latanya is fake, but everything else is real. I'm going to prove it to you. Now, Malia got a tattoo on her forehead. Everybody got a tattoo on their forehead. And while he was going to trial, and while he was locked up waiting trial, they kept their heads covered so you couldn't see the tattoos because the tattoos is a dead giveaway that they're in the cult. And if you are a Christian or whatever, why would you have the devil's playground tattooed on your body? So the flowers and everything else is real. The part that says Latanya and the FBI logo is fake. That was some of my own embellishment onto the picture, just so I could prove that it's my picture. I, you know, but anyway, um, they in that tiny room. I tried to see what was underneath the lampshade. There's some kind of mystical hand, and each part of the hand affects the body or gives you an idea of what's going on with the human body and all that stuff. They're getting smarter and smarter. But they need a teleprompter. I can recommend a great teleprompter, and it also works as a clapper and a storyboard. That way, they could be a little bit more smoother with their presentation. Now you can see this is the same tattoo that was in my photo. I've had that photo for a long, long time because I know one day they would try to act like they just little innocent angels. And, you know, they're all facing trial. They all committed crimes after their leader got locked up. And this footage was borrowed from Sweet Mom for Life. So give her props and credits for capturing the footage without any of that IG stuff in there or big old stuff in there. She know how to swipe to the right, and there's no extra BS. I don't care what they're saying in the chat room. I don't care if their leader is in the chat room because it doesn't matter anymore. What he says, he's speaking from jail. I can't believe that he can still hold these women under control while he's still locked up. And they're trying to tell you how to live when these grown adult women, and some of them have kids, and some of them lost kids, are roommates and broke and unemployed and uneducated, but they got tons of advice. And if they waiting on the return of the real Christ, one day is 1,000 years to God. So you're going to be waiting a long time. In the meantime, everybody's waiting on God to return. So in the meantime, you need a job. You need retirement. I need retirement. Shit, I work, but I don't see retirement anytime soon. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with the jury on the forehead and the red dot or the dot. It's not even red. They have black dots on their forehead. They very religiously or spiritually confused. And what this boils down to is blasphemous behavior. So with the tattoos and the blasphemy, there will be no judgment. You just go straight to the lake. There's no only God can judge me and all that. Certain things that God is against doesn't require his judgment because there's already consequences. You see, and this young lady needs glasses. So every time she's trying to read, it's a dead giveaway because her eyes bug out because she's trying to focus on either a piece of paper or an iPad or a phone, another phone that has some of the words that they can reference. So whoever behind the camera is the director. We don't know who's the director. Maybe some of us know who the director is, but I'm gonna let them talk, and you can see the stupidity yourself.
Well, you know what I've been going through this whole time. It's been really hard. Like a lot of, it's a lot of things, emotionally.
Call bullshit because not one tear, not one drop of water came out those eyes. Just the ugly face, just the fake cry face. And emotionally, you was being physically and emotionally abused all the way into intensive care. And now that your leader slash fake husband is in jail, how could you be in more disarray when you're free to become an adult and be a contributing citizen to society?
We went through during this time, you know, having always being taken away from us. We was together the whole time, and that was really hard on us to go through these 3 years like without him, and really emotional, really hard on us.
You know, they got other organizations who have members that have good jobs, and what they do is they buy things and stuff, and they act like what they believe in is what caused them to have such good fortune, even though they got educated, worked hard, did their job well, in demand, but they give all the credit to their belief. Now, that could be true or not true, but the pagans and esoteric belief systems, I don't really think that's possible. But, people will wear tattoos and stuff and call themselves a Christian. They would do tarot readings and call themselves a Christian. I don't understand it myself.
We went from being woman and feminine to having to, you know, basically, figure it out as we go without our husband being by our side.
See, you need a whole new vocabulary for what you believe in. When you use Babylonian in your definition, Babylonian words, then you confuse people because everybody knows that you get a marriage certificate and then you're married and then you have the ceremony. Whether you have the ceremony or not, the legal marriage license already made you husband and wife. So, based on your belief, you can have a ceremony to form the union, but whether you have the ceremony or not, you still legally married from the license. So when they say their husband, it's like it was 4 or 5 women or 6, but none of them was legally married to him. So talking like that plus everything else, you look whole crazy.
And, you know, and then how he's being treated in there, being in a room 24/7, locked in a room, you know, barely get food, barely get commissary, you know. Just been really hard on him too. Like it's been the conditions, that the way that they treat him in there are horrible. Like he's not in a good situation. He gets through it. He makes it through. Um, he pushed through. He's very strong, very mentally strong. You know that. Like ain't nothing getting him down. But as his mothers and as his woman and his nurturers, we see him go through all this, and that breaks our heart.
Yeah, well, it will break your heart and break your pockets, and you'll end up in a shelter and this and that. You already lost your kids and lost your child, stillbirth, 50 million forced abortions, the girl Efaru slipped one day and said she took 2 pills that they gave her, 1 or 2 pills, and that's how she wasn't pregnant anymore. So there's videos of them announcing pregnancy, and then all of a sudden they're not pregnant anymore. They lost many childs, and they were so emaciated they probably stopped having their monthly and stuff like that. But the funny thing is, they act like if their website, I mean, if their YouTube is down or whatever, that all the videos disappeared. But all the videos exist. Everybody made videos from their videos telling on themselves and showing how, messed up their life was. They showed a horrible life trying to present like it was great, which was weird, and everybody could see it was horrible except for the slow people. I didn't realize there was so many slow people out there. So anybody that follows their belief or try to copy what they do or are part of this group, I wish you luck. I wish you luck. I hope you got a family that'll forgive you and let you back in and help you get on your feet. I hope your family have a business that you can always turn to, because there was a time where people were called, a certain group of people were called the Bohemians, okay? But those Bohemians came from well-to-do families. It's just that they didn't want to be, like the image they grew up with. So they grew their hair out, hung out in the jazz clubs and stuff and try to act like a regular person. But the moment they wanted to return to society, job opportunities were there because of the families. Their own family and their friends' family all have businesses, and they graduated from college before they became bohemians. Some of them left the workforce, but they can always return. Like a good lawyer that worked hard for 10 years with no vacation, he could take a year off and grow his beard out and ride across America on this motorcycle and be a 1%er or a bohemian or whatever, and then he could get a haircut and everything and go right back into the workforce. But these girls are ruining, or they have ruined, their future. And remember, they still got cases pending. All right, peace and hair grease.